got our tea. And refreshments. Are you ready to hear about the other horoscopes? I know I've been waiting for this ever since. I don't believe we have many more left, do we? Let's have a look. We still have Leo and Virgo to go, haven't we? We've had Aries. That's Taurus. Gemini, we've had those. Cancer, I remember reading that. Ugh, Virgo. Oh wait, we've had Leo already. I've read that because it was my cat. So Virgo. Virgo, Libra, Virgo, Libra and Scorpio are next. You excited about it? Delicious. No, try it. It's really good. It's fair trade. Okay, let's see what we have here. It already starts off really great. Look at this. Workday Virgo is, like Mary Poppins, practically perfect. You're industrious, hardworking, neat, an ace organizer, clever with your hands. No shelf you put up would ever dare fall down. And always pack rescue remedy and bandages whenever you go out in case anyone falls over. You are a treasure, as you modestly remind us on quite a regular basis. You love to serve. That sounds exactly like my girlfriend though. She has her moon in Virgo. Poor thing. Virgo is ruled by the useful and practical element Earth and Mercury, the busiest planet in the system. You're the sixth sign of the zodiac, bang in the middle, handily positioned to helpfully tell the first 5 signs exactly what they did wrong and the following 6 how to do it properly. What on earth would we do without your sleepless eye for the telling detail? Yeah, whatever would we do without you? The detail is where the devil lives, right? Not that you would contemplate living with the devil. Have you seen the 8th circle of hell? Well, you are not devilish in the noisy, red-eyed, vulgar way. Living with you can be hellish, what with your obsessive deployment of the wet wipe and your readiness to critique our every move. We'd rather be scourged with scorpion tails than endure another tongue-lashing about the unsatisfactory state of our sock drawers, kitchen floor. See, you're not hot in the big picture. The unwary mistake your modest downward gaze for dainty-minded reserve, but I know you're just zealously scanning the floor for specks of grime. So what kind of monster is the Virgo? We will find out after a quick break. You don't mind if I help myself, do you? How long's it been since dinner anyway? I'm already a little bit hungry. Yep, much better. How do you like it? Okay, can you guess what Virgo is deep down inside? Get this. Virgo, the bride of Dracula. You are a mutable earth sign, which doesn't sound at all monstrous, does it? Earth is the indispensable element that works almost as hard as you do. It can make pods, grow stuff, build shelters, contain rivers, and best of all, you can spend hours grading it into heaps according to size, type, geological origin, mineral content, etc. That sounds exactly like my girlfriend. You know, we've spent the past 3 or 4 days colouring, and she spent 3 or 4 days on a single picture, and it's not even done yet. And I think those colouring in those fine lines makes her Virgo really, really happy, because she's sitting there and I can tell that she's thriving, and she picks her colours like really, really carefully, and she's meticulous about everything. Hi Leo, your attention whore. Can you just let me tell a story without interrupting? Come here. Every single time. Oh my god, you wouldn't believe this. Okay, so the other night, right? Actually, last night. Hi, make yourself comfortable. Brr. I recorded some videos, right? And they were only like 14 minutes each, okay? he still interrupted both of them. Seriously. As soon as I sit down to record, he wants to be petted. Sorry, I didn't mean to stab you here. Baby. Aww. It's okay, you're so lovable. That's a Leo for you. No matter how badly they fuck up or how much they annoy you, you just can't be mad at them, because they're so lovable. Maybe it's just a cat trait, but... Oh, how we love you, King Leo the Mighty. Yeah, you're famous. You're everybody's favorite person in my vlogs. Cause you're such a fluffy kitty. Such a fluffy kitty. Yeah. Anyway, Virgos. Okay, so this is how it's gonna be until King Leo the Mighty decides that he's comfortable sitting any other way. So my girlfriend, right? I was there watching her color her cat in such a meticulous way that it would drive me insane, you know, coloring in all those really fine lines and fine details. I mean, I had some of those in my picture, but they drive me nuts. And this is why we need Virgos, so they can do the things that drive normal people nuts. Yeah, we love you, Virgos. Okay, mutable signs, as we have seen, are transformative in a constant state of flux. On a good day, this means a bumper harvest. On a bad night, your fidgety perfectionism means no one can ever rest comfortably, not even in their coffins. Out with a checklist. Obsession with Earth, check. Compulsive counting, check. Supernatural ability to drain the blood out of any human by nagging them comatose, check. Epic Lady Macbeth around blood, check. Vampire, it sounds bloody, juicy and sexy. I know, don't tell me you're not thrilled, but it's not all about the count. Regardless of any real-world orientation, Virgos tend to the Bride of Dracula side of the coffin because you love to worship. You might also go Vanir, a sect so enslaved by neat freakery and fearful symmetry they have no time to suck. Some of you do both. A perfect Virgo vampire, storm of servility and OCD. Doesn't going vampire make you blush with shame? It would, but your feelings are irrelevant. It is what you do for the master who inhabits a higher plane. It gives you no pleasure to eviscerate the people, but the master's need is greater. You have to make sure the blood is organic before it passes his fangs. Besides, it feels so deliciously dreadful afterward that you have to scrub yourself raw, burn your clothes and sanitize the whole block, which is half the fun. Yeah. You know, my mom is a Virgo, and I truly do believe that she got all the bad Virgo traits and none of the good. Because she's the kind of person who will give away everything that she owns willingly and then complain that there's nothing left for her. Martyr complex much? Okay. So how do you manifest There are few visual clues. Unless you're the Virgo that spends every spare minute of your element growing organic beet fertilized only by your ineffable smugness, you're already quite pallid. Tofu and wheatgrass detox on permanent replay, and your eyes are a bit red. You're between remedies for your chronic pink eye, so it's hard to tell when the vampire is in control. I suspect this may be because it is always on a coast-conscious simmer, but a sure sign that you're going bride is an unexplained whiff of Clorox in the air. The escalating chill factor as an icy penumbra spreads outward from the place where your soul used to be, and the tightening of your collective guts in dread. Virgo rules the intestines. The giveaway is the sound of the sniffy clearing of your throat and flicking open your PDA as you get ready to impale on us on the barbed wire of your forensic criticism. Is it possible that your impeccably researched, theoretically correct critique is over in a couple hours? You're very thorough. But it feels like endless living death. There will be blood. Oh my god. Look at this illustration for Virgo. I can tell you right now. I know a few Virgos that this would apply to. This kind of looks exactly like my mom. Now these are the rising and moon signs, which I'm not going to read. I don't know what my mom's rising sign is. It's probably also Virgo. Okay, living with your monster. Living with your monster is a daily challenge in every scenario. Here are the answers to some Virgo frequently asked questions. What triggers your monster? You know what? It may be quicker to list what doesn't. Flood, plague, social collapse, incoming asteroid, polar ice caps melting, California sliding into the sea, your block burning down, the 4 horsemen on the doorstep, unless one of them leaves hoofprints. Catastrophe deactivates your vampiric circuitry. Otherwise, the bride is a light sleeper and can be woken by anything the rest of us try to rise above. Sloppy lane discipline, books not in alphabetical order on the shelves, a nana stain on the side of your coveralls that no one can see. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I found the cat here. Oh. No, wait, I almost got it. Yeah, I'm good now. How does your vampire do in love? You're a bride of Dracula. You should be beating them off with a stick. Or steak. You've got the whole seductive ice mating thing going. So where does it all go wrong? Do you want to talk about it? Well, yes, you do. You always want to talk about it. When the besotted one, A, buys organic candy, B, proposes on the wrong knee, buys inorganic candy, proposes on the wrong knee, doesn't do anything the way you told them, gets inexplicably upset because you have thrown away their fast food menus, told them how big their butts look in that, or filled their IRS forms from. Then you go critical and analyze the relationship until it is nothing but a bloodless husk which you can then recycle as fertilizer. If you're a Virgo male, women take out restraining orders against you. If you're a Virgo female, men want to stop you making them over. What does your vampire do at work? You do all your blood sucking at work because A, it's where you spend most of your time. You haven't brought in a fold-away coffee often with your special earth in it, but I'm guessing you've got a whole bunch of houseplants in your cubicle. And B, it's a reliably constant source of minor irritation. Shoddy filing, corrupted databases, illegal cookie wrestling, the wrong sort of pencils, parking lot misallocations. Your vampire need never sleep. There's not much to see because you attack by email, memo, minutes of the last meeting, phone calls, tweets, and miles of blood red tape. Lifeblood drains out through paper cuts. Victims lose the will to live and impale themselves on their own flash drives instead. I would actually like to see that. How can you tame your monster? Should you, though? It's your duty to tell people like it is, at Fang Point, even if it pains you, although it doesn't. It is for their own good. Anyway, it's out of your hands. Your powers are derived from a higher plane. Who are you to argue? Consider your health. Rich blood plays havoc with your digestive system. Perhaps the bride should be discouraged. Avoid talking cures. The temptation to tell everyone where they're going wrong will be overwhelming. For everyday control, carry a bag of organic chickpeas to count when you feel yourself slipping. Playing Bejeweled should divert you in an emergency. And there's also always this part about getting protection, but I'm not going to read any of that. You can do this at home. How do you like Virgos so far? I think the zodiac signs that you should, be most afraid of are Virgos and Scorpios. The otherwise are really fine, but Virgos and Scorpios will destroy you. Okay, this one's already Libra. Libra, Scorpio. Have I read Scorpio? No, I haven't, have I? Let me check. Oh no, I haven't read Scorpio. Are you as tired as I am? Well, good. I'll just read those last few chapters. Even more cat here. And then we can go to bed. So, about Libra. No one could believe that there is anything remotely monstrous about you, Libra. That's true. Well, I'm not a Libra, but that's true for all the Libras that I know. I may be a bit biased on, all of these, but especially Libra, because my first love was a Libra, and I just find Libras so pleasant to look at, you know. They just all have this grace about them where it's just eye candy material, okay? If you ever insult a Libra, you're a horrible person. Don't you know people have feelings? I'm in that kind of mood today. Appreciate my humor. It's okay, I know you love me. Okay. You're such a lovely person. Look at you. Good looking, so refined, stylish, sophisticated, yet blessed with a common touch. always with a kind word for everybody and a smile as big as the Ritz. You boat loads of friends, and quite a few of your family all adore you. Also true. Seriously, how can you not love a Libra? You are the 7th sign of the zodiac, lucky number 7, such a harmonious number. 7 heavenly virtues, 7 deadly sins. Balance, you see. You are ruled by air and Venus, planet of beauty and harmony, and you do seem to belong on some other way more beautiful planet than us. You're just too good to be true. It's also true. Okay. Yeah, right, it's too good to be true. What did our mamas tell us? If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Look out for strings. Behind the wall of charm, the wheels whiz around as you calculate how to nudge, nip, and tuck on to tweak things to your best advantage, like the Sultan of Spin you are. You're the Zodiac's Cheshire Cat, nothing but a big cheesy smile that takes our money and fades away on the air while we think we're playing a flirty game of hide and seek. On the one hand, you're a manipulative, untrustworthy narcissist, but on the other, you're an irresistible, flirtatious charmer. It's all about balance. That's a really nice description. I love this book. Don't you love this book? Yeah. Should I read the remaining 3 sides as well? Maybe another time when we're less tired, yeah. Okay, Libra, surprise, surprise, is the ghost. You are a cardinal air sign. Cardinal signs are the trending fashion leaders of the zodiacal salon, dictating next season's shapes. And air is essential. It's no life without the oxygen of publicity. Air was formed by the Earth's spin, generating a magnetic field to pull in passing unwary gases, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and even the big cool one, nitrogen, to dance attendance around itself and make life bearable. While everything is going your way, Libra, as it so often does, the universe is bright, sparkly, with room to twirl. When your charm is on the blink, the atmosphere curdles and we lumber about like gorillas in the mist. Cheers to that. Elusive, ethereal, patchy, and inconsistent, a triumph of style over substance. Libra, you're a ghost, balancing the joy of being ultra scary while not getting all hideous and sweaty yourself. Never comfortable with just one look. One night you might channel Patrick Swayze in the movie named after you. The next just go Will on the Wisp for a casual dressed-down haunting. I'm thinking your favourite has got to be the headless lady drifting about a beautiful chunk of medieval real estate, dressed in a breathtaking floaty white gown accessorized with the merest blush of blood splatter and your head tucked safely underneath your arm. Do you go red with shame after a haunting at the thought of what you've done? You know, luring people out onto treacherous marshy ground and leaving them to drown, giving portly old oil barons heart attacks, that sort of thing. This is a joke, right? No, you don't need help out of denial. You had a very happy upbringing, manipulating your parents and carers by stealth, and you aren't going to stop now. I'd love to have seen a Libra manipulate somebody. So far I haven't. All the Libras I've met so far were very straightforward, but that might just have been their rising signs. Also, all the Libras I've met so far try the hardest not to manipulate. But again, it depends on the rising sign. Maybe they were a rising Aquarius or something that would explain it. So, how do you manifest? Stylishly and often. You don't manifest spontaneously. Nothing you do is spontaneous. It's all calculated. Where would you be if you let emotion get the better of you? The trick is to behave like a girly girl with a little pink mind, apparently stuffed with kittens and chocolate, even when you're a boy. You're the zodiac's cross-dresser after all. But think like a monochrome forensic accountant. This is what street magicians call misdirection. Yet there is a dilemma. Your accountant says go invisible, but you're just that little bit too vain, so there's always a trace of a shimmering shape lifting the air, or a sourceless trail of evocative perfume, or stench if you're in a foul mood. No one will ever be able to pin it on you, not while you control the scale of justice. This is the illustration for Libra. There's this ghost up here. So cute. Okay, so the moon and rising sign. There we go. Living with your monster. Living with your monster is a daily challenge in every scenario. Here are the answers to some Libra frequently asked questions. It's way too late for me to be speaking. Well, it is light out. So. What triggers your monster? No Libran would let themselves be ambushed by such a crude device as a trigger. You appear when you choose, and if you think it's not worth your while manifesting, you don't. Which gives you a rep for inconsistency, patchy performance, and slothfulness. You know, I actually find that cute. Libras are my weakness. The nearest you come to it is when you feel forced to rebalance the universe, which sounds uncharacteristically superhero, but means that sometimes you bat for the angels, and sometimes you're found in bed with Beelzebub and are accused of inconsistency again, like you care. How does your ghost do in love? Commitment phobia. Oh, I can so relate. Maybe that's why we get along so well. You wrote the book, or at least dictated it to your lovely assistant. It's not that you don't love all your lovers. Of course you don't. But that you can never decide which one would serve you best, so end up rejecting them all and starting over. This is where your ghost comes in handy. In ghost mode, you have perfected the art of drifting away, becoming insubstantial, fading into nothing but a dream they once had, or nightmare if it went wrong. They are ditched, but amazingly don't blame you. That is so true. And you can drift back into their lives again if they suddenly become richer, thinner, or more famous. Long-term goals, you see. If you're a Libra male, women throw themselves at you and bounce off your charm force field. If you're a Libra female, men throw themselves and their platinum card at you, and you keep the card. Oh man, must be a good life to be a Libra. Every sign has its perks. It also has its perks to be the opposite of Libra. Because I'm an Aries, which is opposite. Libras have the feminine charm. We Aries just have masculine force. It's all good though. Okay. What does your ghost do at work? Most of your work, apparently. That's your Prada jacket on the back of the chair, and your iPad flickering eerily on the desk, and there's a telltale trace of Jean-Paul Gaultier, but where are you? I want to run behind closed doors with the boss, maybe. Yet the reports get written and the database updated and the press release is released. That's because you have farmed them out to an adoring intern. Why do you think it's called ghostwriting? Secrets and lies drift through the company like ectoplasm generated invisibly by you. You keep the scary ghost for enemies, people who want your job or whose job you want. You whisper rumors that they can't deny and manifest in the washroom mirror, undermining their confidence and sanity in a way that they can never explain without looking dumb at getting sent on gardening leave. Wow. How can you tame your monster? I think we could say that you already have. It's obedient, house-trained, comes when called, and only wails on command. But your accountant may recommend that you pretend that you're acknowledging and taming your monster. If for some what? I can't even read that word. Machiavellian reason this were the case, I'd recommend the exorcism route. There'd be incense, candles, good wine, a crowd of well-wishers. You get to wear robes, and you can have a lovely party afterward. It sounds like my kind of thing, except for the wine. But I'll take the incense and candles. And maybe some Irish cream. Oh god, how are you even able to bear with me yet? Seriously, everybody else gets annoyed with me constantly talking about zodiac signs and which ones I love and which ones I hate. You're really the only friend I can do this with. Manipulative technique right here. Oh, damn it. I'm giving myself... See, that's an Aries thing. Libras never give anything away. Aries just straightforwardly give everything away. It's okay though, I like it that way. And I think people appreciate knowing what's going on. I mean, I appreciate knowing what's going on, so I assume everybody else would too. Yeah, my girlfriend definitely appreciates it, because she always feels like people are manipulating her, because they usually are, because she's a Virgo and she wants to help everybody. But I just can't shut up. Send help. Anyway, let's move on to Scorpio, and then we can get ready for bed, yeah? So, what's there to say about Scorpio? People always seem to get a little antsy when you tell them your sun sign, Scorpio, even if they're Scorpios themselves. You can't think why. Sure, you like things your way, but who doesn't? And maybe fools don't get suffered that gladly around you, but that's no reason for everyone to act like rabbits caught in the headlights. It's not very respectful of them, and you may have to sit down and have one of your little talks to find out why exactly they won't look you in the eye. I have to ask my girlfriend because her ex was a Scorpio, probably with Capricorn tendencies too, because she really cares about reputation and she really needs stability, but she's emotionally driven, and she collects things and people. You are the 8th sign of the zodiac, ruled by the element of water and the planet Pluto. You know it's been declared an X-planet, and you're back with Mars now, but there is no way you're letting it go. No, Pluto is actually really important in astrology. Pluto is the planet of magnetism, which is what Scorpios are all about. Letting go is not in the Scorpio repertoire. Position, control, and domination is your surefire 3-step plan to master anything. That does sound like my girlfriend's ex. Wow. There's only a thin black veil between you and your monster, although you might think we don't know that. What with you being secretive and enigmatic, your power glare gives you away, and we know what the wall feels like when it sees the eagle hovering. In the Venn diagram that represents the high Jekyll into face, your circles are almost in full eclipse with just a tiny new moon rind of Jekyll visible. You are already terrifying in benign mode. What fresh hell is in store when you go monster? Scorpio is the wolf in wolf's clothing. Here's the illustration for that. Okay. You are a fixed water sign. Fixed signs contain, regulate, control, keep things ominously still. The water element is all about raw, ungovernable emotion. Thank your stars that you're a fix then, otherwise you'd be splashing about in a maelstrom of self-loathing and not able to dominate anyone. When you are in control, we are looking at a dark, fathomless moonlit lake with a surface sheen as impenetrable as your eyes, and when you lose your grip, we teach you on the edge of a black fathomless abyss of stagnant water full of things with eyes, or an outlet in a faraway Carpathian castle. Just try to mind would have gone for the vampire option because of the whole sex thing, but you don't try it, you do werewolf. After all, what are you all about? Power, instilling fear in others, relishing and controlling an insatiable sex drive. Scorpio rules the genitals. And what are werewolves all about? Power, instilling fear in others, relishing and controlling an insatiable inner beast. Some signs deny their inner monster. You own it. The regularity appeals to you. Scorpios love a routine. The more punishing the better. Your eyes go red and scary even when the moon isn't full. You radiate animal magnetism, and we aren't talking puppy love here. You could say it wasn't your fault, the moon made you do it, but you don't, because you despise pretense and are contemptuous of compromise. You know perfectly well why, when the red mist recedes, everybody is cowering in the corner, immobilized in the tractor beam of your glare. They may not have been physically disemboweled and eaten alive, but it will feel like that. You would be lying if you said it didn't give you a thrill. So how do you manifest? Frankly, you don't look or behave that differently than your normal, unnervingly controlled and enigmatically menacing self. They won't catch you skulking in a cellar with recently defrosted chicken on a string trying to hide your inner wolf when you can no longer keep it in. When the Scorpio werewolf wants to manifest, you don't bother with so many words I can't read. Bourgeois subterfuge. I'll look it up later. You hide in plain sight. You don't get any hairier or fang you or change shape. It's just that we get more conscious of your physicality as the air around you chills down. The worst and scariest thing is that you don't leap immediately and get it over with, as you are the master of a 1,000-yard icy stare which pulverizes any shred of fight left in us, unless we are Aries, in which case the response is bring it on. My god, that describes perfectly the first encounter I had with my girlfriend's ex. Perfectly, though. Perfectly. Well, it's her fault for trying to manipulate and control me. Because I was having none of that. And she just made herself look like a fool. Good times. It's amazing how good people are at not seeing what they are seeing, and it's a piece of cake for you to persuade them that they have not just seen you tear someone's throat out, figuratively speaking. Moon and rising suns again. Okay. What triggers your monster? Anything. Nothing. You're in total control at all times, so the werewolf runs at your command. A weapon to quell uppity friends if, for example, if they want to go to a grill when you have specified a sushi evening. My girlfriend's ex also really likes sushi. That's scary. That information is scary. I think my neighbor's in the shower or something. Yeah. It's getting really late. You also unleash if anyone, what? You also unleash it if anyone is slavishly obedient. You despise the weak, beats you at anything at all, or isn't sufficiently frightened of you in normal mode. Very rare. Sometimes, just to show how in control you are, you let the wolf out at random for no reason. That is scary. How accurate this is. How does your werewolf do in love? Even on a good day, you are fiercely possessive, jealous, manipulative, and controlling, as well as the zodiac sex bomb. This is an unnervingly popular combo, see 50 Shades of Grey, but has nothing to do with your werewolf. That's usually kept on a tight leather leash, but bursts out when your lust slave A asks where you have been since last Tuesday. B glances at the shelf where you keep your secret diary. C gets mad when you read their secret diary. When you read theirs. D mentions someone they knew in high school, or E asks to be untied for an unscheduled comfort break. You savage them into submission with freezing silences, ominous stillness, and the laser glare. If you're a Scorpio male, you're the lone wolf our mothers warned us about. If you're a Scorpio female, you're the Angua von Uberwald, the Discworld's werewolf cop. Itchy nose. Okay, what does your werewolf do at work? Look, you're the sign that wears the inner monster on the outside. If co-workers lack basic self-preservation skills, they get called. Nature's way. You're either the boss, self-employed, or in Skid Row. As a boss, you have no regrets about the monthly bloodbath that is a sales and progress meeting, and use the dormant wolf as an efficient, low-cost way to crack the whip. As a freelancer, you let the wolf out to scourge yourself on a monthly basis with surprisingly uplifting results. When you are indulging your degradation habit on the street, the wolf keeps your patch of gutter clear while you look at the stars. And if you have failed yourself and got stuck in a Mac job, the werewolf's yellow glare makes sure line managers are reluctant to sack you unless you want them to. How can you tame your monster? How do you stop your werewolf from causing havoc? You don't. I can think of no circumstances under which you would want to declaw this fine acid. You already control it. It's not like the tail wags the werewolf, and you're comfortable with partial nudity, shredded clothes, and the iron scent of drying blood. But hypothetically speaking, I'm thinking of the box here. I'm thinking out of the box here, don't look at me like that. If you had to, it would be easy. You'd do it all with pure willpower. You'd put yourself in a cake-induced trance, then lock the werewolf in a metallic room deep inside your soul, and only you would see it again. And that's already it for Scorpio. Do you want to read Sagittarius next time? That's my rising sign. Next time we can read Sagittarius and Capricorn and Aquarius. Aquarius is also a moon sign. Are you up for that? I'm loving this book. Not only is it extremely entertaining, but also has so much useful info in it. How are you doing down there, Leo? You doing okay? Are you feeling good? Precious. So, go ahead and finish your tea so we can get ready for bed. Yeah, I've already made it, so just nothing to worry about. All I have to do is take off that makeup. So good. What should we do tomorrow for breakfast? Yeah. Should I make waffles for us? Oh yeah, waffles. Yes, waffles. Do you like waffles? Just kidding, everybody loves waffles. Oh my god. Downtown, right? My girlfriend and I have been out the past couple of days, which is a very rare treat. Probably because it's the beginning of a month. Everywhere there is just this permeating scent of freshly baked waffles. It's just so irresistible. I don't know why, but I find waffles to be the most appetizing scent of them all. And so does Leo. He loves waffles. He loves pancakes too. I think for some reason my cat has a sweet tooth. Because he also eats bananas and raisins. Like he actually enjoys it. Yeah, I know, it's strange. But then again, my cat is strange. It's okay. We still love you. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Oh, come here, baby. Come here, my boy. Oh. Oh. What? You don't want to be loved? There he is. Oh, I love you too. Love you too. Or I could make muffins as well. But I think waffles are a better idea. I think the reason why waffles smell so damn good, right, is because they're the perfect balance, again, my weakness for Libras, between sugar and fat. Yeah. It's the golden ratio of, sugar and butter. Especially if you sprinkle some powdered sugar on top. Oh my god. do you like your waffles? Hey. You and your little love bites. Oh, yeah. It depends. Yeah, they're good with syrup as well. And Nutella. I don't know how good they are with jam. I don't know anybody who eats their waffles with jam. Anyway, yeah, we should get going now. So, do you need to shower? No? Okay. Well, I will go ahead and take my makeup off then, and you can make yourself comfortable in bed already, yeah? And cuddle with the kitty. With the kitty. Arr. Kitty. Okay, yeah. He's had enough of us. But you slept all day. Love you too. You're a good cat. Okay, I'll be right back.